coming up next. He's the founder of Cannabis Law Firm with office in California and New York. He's the director of the National Cannabis Industry Association's legal and illegal publisher, and an author whose 2022 cannabis laws or California cannabis laws and regulations was recently released, and you can purchase on Amazon. He's
We got to
also
update that. It's 2023 now. But the
well, I
new
mean,
version is about to come out.
well, I wouldn't know that if you hadn't sent me a new updated signed copy yet, Omar. So I can't tell you about all that if I don't know about it.
That will
Yes,
be
exactly.
taken care of soon.
Yes. He's also a ganjier, which is basically a weed sommelier. That's right. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he can probably kick your ass in court as well as on a mat. That's right. It is Omar Figueroa.
Thank you, Jason. Happy Friday, everyone. My story is from Red-Headed Black Belt by Kim Kemp. The headline is California launches $20 million grant program to expand consumer access to regulated cannabis. The Department of Cannabis Control is launching its local jurisdiction retail access grant, a national first-of-its-kind program that will provide local jurisdictions with resources to expand access to regulated cannabis products to underserved areas. The retail access grant will prioritize areas where national surveys find high cannabis consumption but little to no access to legal cannabis retail. This grant program seeks to incentivize local best practices by prioritizing programs that support equity operators and utilize existing licensing and permitting practices. Lack of access to California's legal cannabis marketplace threatens consumer safety and perpetuates the illegal market. By financially supporting the creation of pathways to retail licensure and creating incentives to ensure consumers have access to legal retail, these grant funds are intended to help reduce illicit market activity and provide consumers with access to legal retail stores and regulated products. Expanding access to California's retail cannabis market is an important step towards protecting consumer safety and supporting a balanced market, said DCC Director Nicole Elliott. The Retail Access Grant Program ultimately seeks to encourage legal retail operations in areas where existing consumers do not have convenient access to regulated cannabis. DCC on Tuesday released the grant guidelines, which outlined application requirements and begins a question and answer period that allows local governments to seek further clarification on the grant or application process. Questions will be accepted until February 24th. DCC will begin accepting applications on March 10th, and the application for period for phase one funding ends on April 28th. This is the first time a state has offered grants to provide access to retail cannabis licensing at the local government level. With over 60% of California jurisdictions not offering local retail licensing for cannabis, the Retail Access Grant Program can provide much needed assistance to cities and counties as they partner with the state to ensure consumers have sufficient access to regulated cannabis. Of the 33 counties in California that currently do not offer cannabis licenses, there are 9 counties where the rates of cannabis consumption are substantial despite only having 1 or 0 licensed cannabis retailers. In 4 of the 9 counties, there are no licensed cannabis retailers: Butte, Glen, Madera, and Sutter. Because cannabis consumers within these areas would benefit from expanded access to licensed cannabis, these counties and the cities within them will receive priority review should they apply for a grant and implement a permitting program. Counties that currently do not have a local retailer licensing program but plan to create one are eligible to participate. Funding can be used for support of equity applicants and licensees, environmental reviews, permitting expenses, and personnel costs. The $20 million grant program will initially award up to $10 million in grants by June 20th. And after June 30th, an additional $10 million will be available to previous awardees as they issue licenses. My take is that this article is essentially a republication of a DCC press release. But interestingly, the priority review local jurisdictions, which are encouraged to apply for grant funding, include Amador County, Butte County, Contra Costa County, Fresno County, Glenn County, Kern County, Lassen, Madera, Orange County, Placer County, San Benito, San Diego County, San Joaquin County, San Mateo County, Santa Clara County, Sutter, Tehama, and Yuba counties, as well as all cities in those 18 counties that have not yet permitted retail cannabis businesses. Now, this grant program is significant in view of Senate Bill 1186, the Medicinal Cannabis Patients' Rights of Access Act. This new law preempts local delivery bans on medical cannabis and presents an opportunity to the 56% of California municipalities that continue to prohibit medical cannabis deliveries originating from their local jurisdiction. California cities and counties that prohibit medical cannabis deliveries originating from their local jurisdiction must enact reasonable regulations for medical cannabis delivery businesses at the local level by the end of December 2023, or face lawsuits by medical cannabis patients, caregivers, and businesses starting on January 1st, 2024. This local jurisdiction retail access grant will help banned cities and counties unban cannabis retail across the state so they don't get sued next year. The headline is California launches $20 million grant program to expand consumer access to regulated cannabis. This is Omar Figueroa, lawyer, publisher, and ganja instructor, reporting from Sonoma County, California, the traditional territory of the Pomo, Miwok, and Wapo nations, for High at 9, high noon Eastern.